Here we will write a program to explain working of basic for loop and parallel for loop. So first we'll use basic for loop. So we'll write here console.writeLine basic for loop, and we'll use for. So for int I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10, and I plus plus, we will print I. So with console.writeLine we will print I, and then we'll use parallel for loop. So in console.writeLine we will write parallel for loop, and here we'll use parallel for loop. So parallel dot for, here we'll use starting value as 1. Here it will display parameters with this parallel dot for. So first value is inclusive, comma 10, that is second value which is exclusive, and we'll use I as a variable, and we'll use lambda here, and then we'll write the statement as console.writeLine I, and here we'll use semicolon. We will execute this. With basic for loop it will display the numbers as sequentially as 1 to 9, and with parallel for loop it will not display the numbers sequentially. Now here we will see how thread is working. So I'll comment this, and in console.writeLine we will print thread also. So console.writeLine, first we will display value of I, and we'll print I, and then we'll print thread. So thread equal to, we'll print thread dot current thread dot managed thread, and with parallel for loop also we'll print this thread. So I'll copy this and I'll paste here, and we'll use here thread dot sleep for 10 milliseconds, and here also we'll write here thread dot sleep, and we'll execute this. With basic for loop it will print value of I sequentially from 1 to 9, and thread will be 1, and with parallel for loop the value of I will be 1357, that is it will print value of I randomly, and thread will be different, that is 134565341. This means that with basic for loop we know the order of the execution, and with parallel for loop we guarantee that 10 iterations will be done, but the order of the execution is not known. Before executing this program, check whether you have used the system.threading.task class and system.threading class in your program.